Okay, this is my disclaimer portion of the video. I do not know all of the rules of COPPA and how all that crap works. Just suffice it to say, nothing in this video is meant for children. Nothing in this video is meant to be selling anything to children. This is purely an unboxing and review video of something that isn't even available in stores. The only way you can get this thing is to pay scalpers on eBay. I am not advertising this to be sold anywhere. Hello, YouTube. Yes, I'm actually posting on this channel again. This video is primarily meant for my buddies on Discord. Not going to go through all the names, but hi guys. So, some people who see this video may know that last year, Todd McFarlane, creator of Spawn and Image Comics, and one of the primary spearheads behind Image Comics, and the owner of McFarlane Toys that makes all those amazing DC Universe figures, he decided to take his original toy line that he came up with back in the early 90s and do the updates that they deserve. Starting, of course, with number one, his very first Spawn figure. This is the 2020 McFarlane Toys Remastered 1994, I think it was, Spawn. 94, 96. It's been so long since I looked at that page, I can't remember. So, I backed I can't remember what the tier was called, but the tier I backed comes with 5 figures. There was 3 variants of this figure. There was a few different options. I went with 2 duplicates of 2 of the versions and a single of the other. We'll get into all of them. I'm planning on maybe only doing like a full in-depth review on one of them. We'll see how we go. So yeah, we're gonna dig into this. Been waiting for this for 2 days since this got here. Okay. Oh, okay. I like how we did this. All right, so spacers in here to keep the box from bouncing around in transit. Nice. All right. What the heck? Maybe I should have partially unboxed this before I turned on the camera. Holy crap. Okay, I'm gonna actually have to tip this box over so I can get this out. Okay, box number 1. Here we go. Got a ding on the top of it. Doesn't look like it did anything too deep. Oh, good grief. It's another box inside the box. Jeez, Necro Dagger, you were not going to let these things get damaged, were you? Okay. Got the Russian nesting doll of shipping here. It's going to be a long video. Okay. Pull that down so I don't spear myself. There we go. Wow. thing you never have to worry about with Todd is your stuff getting damaged. Okay. So, let's see what we got. This one. Okay, this is a modern. Or, for those of you who know Spawn, this is the Greg Capullo redesign. This is the classic, which is the original design. So I'm starting with this one because classic Spawn was kind of my Spawn. I'm probably not, I don't even think I'm in camera at the moment. So, or at least my head isn't. So, we're going to start with this one. So, modern, you sit there for a sec. Okay. Okay. We have one more insert there. Tissue paper packing. Ha 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 ha. All right. This is where the fun begins. Alright, first we have this glorious friggin' box here. All of the logos here are embossed, so this isn't just flat, this is nice and textured. The box itself feels amazing. And he said actually when he was doing the Kickstarter that one of the box things they were trying to do was he wanted you to be able to handle the box without like leaving greasy fingerprints all over it. So this is a very high quality box that you're getting. And it's in a sleeve insert like this. So this is meant to be, this is one of those things because Todd does not know how to underdo things, where no matter how you choose to display this thing, even if you just choose to keep it in the box and stick it in a corner, it's always going to look cool. It's a standard rule of McFarlane anything. It's gonna look cool. Okay. Damn, I'm looking forward to this. All right. Jackknife over here. And here we go. Oh, what do we have here? Oh, okay. We have, he included a certificate of authenticity with everything. So there's no way that anybody can argue that that's a fake as long as these are included in it. We have wow, holy crap, okay. We have basically a checklist of everything you're gonna get. This is the original one. Yeah, I was right, it was 1984, or 1994, sorry. You have everything that the original one came with right here. And this is everything to get here. And this is articulation list, weapons list. Okay. Oh, okay. So at the end of the Kickstarter, he said that he was including some things. I missed some of this stuff because there's some things that are going to be in here that I did not realize were going to be in here. So, okay. First, foam. And good grief. All right. So, gotta be a little bit careful here. I don't want anything to fall out. Get a nice shot of inside the box here. Packaging is an exact replica of the way he did it in the original one in 1984. His interchangeable head here. A necroplasm blast attachment. Necro daggers. These were something he added in. He didn't include that in the Kickstarter like this. It was a bonus thing. he got this amazing sword. This, for those of you who weren't part of the Kickstarter, this was only meant to be with the what's called the artist proof one. It's literally an unpainted version of the figure that, not this version, the Greg Capullo version. And that one was going to come with the sword, but the sword was so well designed, and Todd likes to make cool stuff, that we got a painted version of it for this version of Spawn. So, geez, okay. Okay, guys, for those of you who already got yours, thank you for not warning me how excited I was going to be, okay? Thank you for downplaying that. Okay. Here. Set the box over here. Let's see if I can get a good shot of the box. Can't see much. I don't know if you can see this, but it's actually a black logo of the Spawn's logo right here. That's pretty awesome. Okay. All right. Take that off. And here we go again with another awesome shot. You get Spawn himself. You can look in there. You can probably see he has interchangeable hands. He has his weapon in there. You have a reproduction of the comic that the original one came with, because the original figures all came with a small little like spotlight comic. Not really a spotlight comic, but he redid the artwork, did a more detailed version of the artwork. We have an embossed insignia up here. An insignia. Brain. My brain's short-circuiting, all right, people? Give me a break here. Okay. Now, this box, this particular packaging, is a resealable clamshell because, once again, this is targeted for the fans, the toy lovers, and the collectors. So you can literally pull this sucker out, play with it, have fun, and stick him right back in here, stick him right back in, and everything looks beautiful, just as it's supposed to be. Okay. Okay, I'm losing it a little bit, okay? So just bear with me, guys, bear with me. And the comic itself is actually in a cardboard back insert right here. So you can pull your comic out and take a look at it. I'm going to do that in a minute. That's kind of like last on my line here. Because I don't know if you guys realize this, but this is a really cool Spawn figure right here, and I'm kind of losing my mind. So. Here. We got some tape strips right here to help hold everything together. Well, not the strongest tape in the world because it's already tearing on me. hands are literally shaking while I do this. Alright, so this tape is going to be a bit of a pain in the butt, so I'm going to cheat a little bit and I'm just going to cut the tape. Just going to be very careful with it. Easy. All right. Here we go. That new toy smell. Really? All right. Okay, here we go. Okay, so let's see. Do need to get my nippers here for a second, because this plastic insert is actually it's like not twist tied, but like it's like those shirt tags are holding them on, kind of like what they're doing with a lot of figures now. So give me just a second. Let me grab my model nippers here. These will do the trick. Okay, now I will say this. I'm not usually one to be critical, especially to Todd. I will say this: I would have preferred if they had found a way to work the plastic packaging so that things kind of just like inserted and kind of, you know, maybe the plastic had a little bit of lips. Having to nip these is going to make, for people who want to take them out and then put them back in, like I was saying, it's going to make it a little bit harder for them. But it's still doable. It's just going to be a little bit of fiddling as you put things back. Or there's probably ways you can mitigate that. I'm just not thinking clearly right now because I'm really trying to keep myself calm. Okay, so here we have Spawn in all of his plastic glory. Like I said, this is a redo of the original 1994 version that he did, so it's a lot of the same things. We'll get more in depth. I'm going to move my camera over here in a minute so we can take a little bit more of an in-depth look at him. But all I can say for certain from the get-go is, yeah, it was worth the wait. And to everybody complaining that they had to wait a little bit longer, guys, it's worth it. Just chill. Just chill. So, I'm going to set him here, like so. And let's see, how are we going to do this? Whew. Okay, so I have some tape here over his gun here. We have the alternate hands. A little tag here holding the gun in place. Oh, we dropped a hand. Yeah, honestly, I'll say this: there wasn't even any real need to have the plastic tab thing holding this in place, because that was held in place really nice. Very, very nice. Quick look at this. Alright. Have our other hand right here. Okay. So, I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set this stuff off to the side. I'm going to open up the classic Spawn next. I'm going to have these guys, that way I can have these guys side by side. Okay? I think that's how I'm going to handle this. So I'm going to set you over here. Jeez, and crow, this thing's heavy. Set all of your stuff over here. All right. Set that there. All right, here we go. Now, for number 2. And to my buddies on Discord, I know some of you guys were really hoping I'm going to do a live stream. Fact of the matter is, past few days have been hectic. Really haven't had any time to figure out how to do the live stream. Never mind be able to organize it so I can, sit here with all of you guys on. I'm doing this from my phone. I'm not overly technologically competent as it is. So, yeah, this is pretty much all I could do to make this work. So, apologies, but this is what I had to do to make it work. Okay, once again, we have cardboard insert, and we have the tissue paper, and now we're going to flip it over, and okay, now this one is the modern or Capullo's version. So the logo is green instead of red. Now, there was a caveat to all these. You could get autograph plates. You could each one of these things you could get individually signed or not signed. Then you also had the what was it? You had the trilogy pack. You could get it signed or unsigned. Now there was 4 signature plates that he was doing. You could get if you did a classic, it was a red signature plate with a red signature. If it was the modern, it was a green signature plate with a green signature. Trilogy is the gold plate with a gold signature, and if you just got the artist proof one, which we'll talk again about here in a minute, that would come with a silver plate and a silver signature. From what I understand, the silver plate is going to be the rarest one. So for those of you on eBay who are going all over the place looking for a complete set and everything, those silver plates are going to be much harder to come across because I think those only came in the single pack artist proof ones signed. So those are probably going to be really hard to get a hold of. Don't think a lot of people went for those. I know a couple of my buddies here did, because a couple of my buddies here did like, y'all are crazy. Just saying, y'all are crazy. Okay, so there's that. We have the green pull tab, and once again, we have our checklist and certificate of authenticity. These, I will actually take the insert and set over here. Here we have a nice inner shot of, okay. So that's how that's doing that. Okay, so the there's 3 different Necroblasts that he was doing. Which one is that? Yeah. So these 2 actually came with the same Necroblast. They all came with the Necro Daggers. He comes with this awesome grenade launcher weapon, and they have different head sculpts as well. So this version, you have, I don't know how well you can see it, but you have what they call shoelace face, when Spawn had his face cut in half by, canonically, I believe they were blaming Houdini, but it was Batman. and you have just the regular Al Simmons head. So there's that. Okay. So, like I said, there were 3 Necroblasts. So I think, trying to think, I believe that the trilogy pack is the one that's going to come with all of the Necroblasts. I think that's how that's working. I'm not 100% clear on how it was, because honestly, some of the stuff in the Kickstarter wasn't 100% clear. So we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. My buddies on Discord are probably better able to answer that question than I am at this moment. Okay. So we have the nice Necro Dagger here. Okay, so let's see if I can do it this way. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, something's falling out. So not the easiest things to get out of their boxes, that's for sure. Okay. Box can go down here. Alright, so once again we have the grenade launcher here. Let's stick that back in its little foam slot right there. And we'll sit you down here. Alright, and once again, we get the comic in the back. This is because this was the classic or the modern one. This one has the green one instead of the red one. And we have the other thing that I'll touch on here in a minute is these chains are. You'll be able to see this when I bring the camera in a little bit closer. But these chains are actually metal. These are metal chains both here and on his cape. And there are different levels of like tarnish on the chains depending on which one you get. I think, if I remember right, his were like not bad. His are the most tarnished, and if you get the artist proof one, they're clean chains. I think that's how that was going. So, there we go. Now, there's another thing when it comes to these that you need to be aware of if you're tracking these down on eBay. It's going to give you another nice look at the comic here. If you got the autographed ones, he came with a additional weapon. Each one of these guys comes with each version comes with an exclusive weapon. I would say with the exception of him, he comes with the original comes with the most weapons. But the weapons were, you have the rifle here, you have the grenade launcher, and you have the sword. The original figure that he came out with in 1994 had a weapon that was literally just a board with a spike through it. So he did a new version of that, and if you got the autographed version of this, it will come with that. I believe neither one of these came with those. Kind of a bummer, honestly. I kind of wish they all came with them, but I'm not going to gripe about that. But I believe when I dig into the trilogy pack over here, that one is going to have the, at least one of those is going to have the hook. Actually, you know what? I think the better option would be here. I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take this one, where I haven't clipped his tabs and anything. I'm going to put him back. I'm going to pull the trilogy one out. I'm going to put this one away. I'm going to pull the trilogy one out so that I can take a look at those ones separately. So, hold on a second. I'm going to pause the video here. Okay, so back to what we were doing before. Okay, so here we have, okay, this one says classic autographed, modern, and artist proof. Okay, so this is the classic, and it says autograph. So this is this one. This is my other version of this one. No. This one is going to come with the, I believe this is going to be the one that has the autograph plate, and should probably have the hook weapon that I was talking about. So we're going to pull this one out. Yes, it's the same one we were looking at over here, but just bear with me on this. Just want to show you guys what I'm talking about. So, you know, if by any chance you do feel the need to pay the eBay scalpers their honestly psychotic pricing, you can have one of these of your very own. And I just want to make this very clear. When I'm ragging on eBay scalpers, I mean every word of this. This isn't me being funny. eBay scalpers are bad people who are just being jerks. This whole set cost me before shipping, what was it? No, I think it was after shipping. It was $340. There are people selling individual figures for close to $1,000. They're jerks, and quite honestly, people like that they just make me angry, okay? They really piss me off. Zeke, stop sniffing my knife. My pug is named Zeke. He's over there now. Okay, here we go. Now, one thing I do want to point out is with your checklist here, it does have asterisks next to a bunch of stuff. These are depending on your tier class, because like I said, this one, the board with the nails in it, the reference to the original toy, that is dependent on your tier class. Certain tiers included autographs, certain ones did not. So I'll include a good shot of this. So if you want, you can get a good look at this and you can know what you're looking for. Just to let you know what you're looking for if you're going on eBay. Once again, I'm not trying to sell anything. I'm not saying, hey, go buy this stuff. Kappa, keep your crap together. I'm just saying this is what to look for if you're going on eBay. Paper there. Once again, take off the nice sliding cover here, and we will open up our box. Okay, stuff's fell to the side. Okay, there's certificate of authenticity and checklist. Okay. There's my other dog. Here is what I was talking about. This is the exact same figure, but you're getting some different stuff if you get an autographed version. You have this really nice autograph plate, and these are not printed autographs. Todd actually got each of these sent to him so he could sign them himself. The head, you have your Necroblast, and here is the hook weapon I was talking to you about. So you can get a good look at it. Now, I do want to throw this out here because I know that was probably not a great shot. Oh, wow, that ring light is reflecting off that pretty bad. So probably aren't seeing the inside of the box overly well. But this is literally, it's that. It's just with this and the hook weapon. That's all that's different. So just wanted you guys to get a good look at that. So if you decide to go in on this on eBay, you know what you're getting if you are ordering things like autographs. Now, I believe if you get a hold of just a modern or a classic or an artist proof that just say, signed, it will come with the different plates. I did not get the red, green, or silver plates because the tier I ordered was an autographed trilogy pack, which is including this, and an additional classic and modern. Where did I put him? Modern. He's over behind the camera. So just be aware. Oh crap! I forgot to put the insert back in. This is what you're getting into. Now, not sure if I'm going to share this video with him, but I got a buddy who literally runs a comic shop right up the road from me, who did not go in on this because he had his own stuff going on with all of the stuff that has slowed down commerce. We're not going to name any names, but things that have slowed things down in life. He did not go in on these because he was thinking about just getting like one for the shop. So one of these is going to him. I'm going to let him choose whether he wants, classic, modern, or if he wants my one artist proof. I really don't care. I literally got the artist proof because it seemed the most logical for the tier I was going for, what I was after, because I literally just wanted to support a lot, but not go on the double trilogy pack. So, take that as you will. Okay, so you come over here. Okay, Trio Modern. I'll go with you next. Where did I put my? There you are. And if you notice, that one, unless I missed it, that one did not come with the Necro Daggers. So that's another thing to be aware of. You might not get the Necro Daggers in all of your packs, depending on which one you go after on eBay. Or, if you ordered, and this is also for people who haven't gotten their Kickstarter spawns yet. You can kind of get a look at what you're going to get. I think it was an Optobotomus. I think he got like a pre-production sample, so it wasn't the true version that you're getting, but it was an idea of what you're going to get. This is exactly what you're going to get when you open your box. Okay, everything you're seeing here is just this. Like I said, this arrived 2 days ago. I kind of just been putting it off because life gets in the way. Sometimes you just can't do what you want to do. Okay, these being wrapped in tissue paper is kind of awesome because it's like you're opening a friggin' Christmas present every time you pull one of these out of the box. Okay, once again we have the nice green embossed cover right there. Before I pull that open, I'm going to pull out the artist proof one real quick so you can see that one. See, you guys have already gotten like a minor look at the classic, so that's why I'm going to the artist proof one next. I want everybody to get a good look at what to expect here. Come on, come out of there, Al. Come on. Okay, now here is the artist proof one. It's this really nice silver foil now. Right, and man, this is really freaking fun, guys. I cannot honestly tell you how much I've been looking forward to opening these up. Now, I will say this. Probably what I'm going to do, like I said, I'm giving one of these away. I'm giving 3 of these away, actually. I'm only keeping a classic and a modern. Unless I open this up and I'm just so blown away by this artist proof that I just have to keep it, I'm giving these away. I'm not selling them, I'm giving them away. This is not going to be a YouTube contest. I don't have nearly enough subscribers to be doing giveaways yet, unfortunately. Unless you guys want to spread this around and get me up to like 1,000 subscribers, that would be great. I'd like to be a YouTuber too. But what I'm going to do is 2 of these are going to be probably raffled off at Comic Shop. The guy who I'm giving one of these to, I'm going to say, here's one for you, and then I want you to raffle these others off. However he wants to do it, I'm going to discuss that with him, but that's more or less what my plan is. So I'll probably post a link. To be fair, I'll post a link to his Facebook page down in the comments or the description of this video when I upload it, so that those of you who watch this that do want a chance at it, you can go over to that page and say, you know, I'll talk to him about it and say, you know, hey, I'm doing this raffle, or if we're doing this raffle, just, you know, I'm going to post your link, put it up on your Facebook page. That's what this is, okay? Back to what I was saying before. Hold up. I do have to say, I like that each one of these boxes has a ribbon to pull the box open, matching their embossed logo. I do like that. So, here we go. Now, I was planning, when I said I was going to do a video review of these, because again, you have your checklist and your certificate. Oh. Well, that was unexpected. So, getting back to you in just a second. I was planning on taking the 3 different versions and having them set out so I could actually, you know, taking everything out of the box. I'm not going to do it that way, simply because when I opened him up and I saw that he's being held in with the little tabs, the ones that I give away, I want them to be able to enjoy it, like the whole experience of, you know, clipping your tabs, taking it out, or if you just want to leave it in the packaging. I'm going to leave those as is. So I'm going to, obviously I have my classic one out, and when I pull my modern one out, I'm going to obviously clip his tabs. But the other ones I'm just going to leave as is. So, going forward, just so you're aware, didn't really think this through, but probably what I'm going to do is, because I'm going to be selfish, I'm going to keep the classic one that has the autograph plate. I'm keeping the autograph plate. So, yeah, I'm going to keep the autograph plate. I'm probably just going to transfer the accessories from the one that I opened to the one with the autograph plate, and then keep the one with the autograph plate here. That's probably how I'm going to handle that. I'm getting off topic here. So here we have the artist proof. Once again, you're probably not going to be able to see them great because of the packaging, but you have here. This is where I was taken off guard by this. This one comes with the meat hook. Now, I was under the impression that because of the way I opened up that classic one, I was under the impression that he wasn't coming with the meat hook. Only one of them was coming with the meat hook. Well, from the looks of it, I've got two of these things now that have these meat hooks. So that's really cool. But he comes with the unpainted sword. You have the masked head on. Can't really see it in there. You have what he called the hamburger head, but the unmasked screaming face. You have the Necro Dagger. And he has a different Necro energy burst. He has more like a little burst instead of just like a beam. But yeah, he also doesn't have any, like I said, you don't have any other weapons in here. So he's just going to have these 2 weapons. So once again, this one is going to be in part of the giveaway. So he is going to come with that. And I did it again, didn't I? Yeah, I did it again. Okay, so here we have that, and take my little sleeve here, put that back on here. Okay, so this is where I'm going to end this part of the video. I will be putting the video. I have like another clip that I have to add on to this video anyway. This is where I'm going to be ending this part of the video, and I'm going to be filming. I'm going to be readjusting everything and filming up close so you can get a better look at everything. So I'm going to call this done right here, and I will see you guys in the next part of the video, and I hope this works. Okay, I think that worked. No, it did not. All right. Okay, so let's try this again. Just tried to record this and got a phone call. So, during my time moving things around, I took a closer look at a few things. And this is a little bit more in depth of what you can expect. Going to give you a closer look at Spawn himself. At this moment, I'm not going to take, I don't know, I might. I'm still debating about taking the other one out of his box. So far, I only have one of them actually out of his packaging. Now, for those of you shopping on eBay, this video is a partial PSA for eBay shoppers. Here are some things you want to know. If you are going to give money to the scalpers, know what you're getting. Okay. If you are getting an autographed version of any of these figures, expect when you open up the packaging, when you get a shot, you better ask for a shot of the inside of the packaging. I'm going to say that right now to make sure you're not getting lied to and screwed over, because that's what scalpers do. So, what you should expect when you do that is this. If you're getting an autographed version, you will get your meat hook weapon up here, which, by the way, looks amazing. You will get a Necroblast right here. If it is the, I believe, yes, if it is the classic version, your Necroblast will come up here, and your Necro Dagger will be right underneath it in this little insert. It will come with your alternate head right here. And if you get the autographed, classic version, and take your autograph plate out, which, once again, this was autographed by Todd. This isn't a printed on one. He actually signed all these plates, put them on these amazing looking stands. You can come underneath here. There'll be another little foam insert right here, and you will get a painted version of his amazing sword that he decided to include. Now, once again, the painted sword only comes with the classic one. The unpainted sword comes with the unpainted artist-proof version. So this is just some stuff I want you to be aware of. If you're on eBay and you're dealing with the scalpers, make sure they are including pictures of all of this stuff before you give these jerks your money. Just want to cannot emphasize that enough. Make sure you're getting full shots of absolutely everything that comes in the box before you give these people your money. So, going forward, we can get into a little bit more of the actual figures as they are in the box. So, I altered mine a little bit. I don't know if you can see them on the angle of the camera. Probably should have checked that. Whoops. You have the insert here. This is going to be like at the back of his legs, between his legs and his cape. He had his gun right here. You'll have his closed fists. He comes with the splayed open kind of action hands. And he will have a pair of weapon holding hands. As you can see here, this is what he looks like holding his weapons. Some of these, I will say, this gun, you get it into the hand before you put it in the arm. Makes it easier. But yeah, this is Spawn in all of his remastered glory. He is... Look, any Kickstarter backers who still haven't gotten theirs, guys, I can't emphasize this enough. Stop being anxious. Stop complaining. You will be happy when you get it. There's some things I want to touch on here that these are things that people have been griping about. I want to touch on them because I do think it's relevant. Relevant gripe number 1. The lack of an ab crunch has legitimately had people on the Kickstarter page demanding refunds and wanting to, like, I literally have people on there saying that they're selling it as soon as they get it because not having an ab crunch ruins posability. Also, the other complaint is the overall sculpt of the torso. He's kind of in a slightly offset pose. Reasoning for that is because there's people who are going to leave these things in their containers, and guess what? He's just going to look cool. It's the whole point of it. It's just going to look cool. You're dealing with Todd McFarlane here. It's just going to look cool. Can't emphasize that enough. Now, this is the only gripe I personally am going to have, and I don't even have a legitimate gripe in my opinion. This is just would have preferred if that wasn't the case, but I get it. His cape is not detachable. The original concept, as Todd showed it through the prototype stages and all that stuff, showed that his cape would come off, so you would be able to take him out of his cape, put him into whatever pose you want, and then stick him back in his cape. Now, Todd didn't address this anywhere that I saw unless he talked directly to one of the backers about it. It's glued into place. It's fastened in the shoulders and a spot on the back, and it is fastened into place. I'm okay with that because this cape is heavy, and unless he had like really strong tabs to tab it in, I don't think the cape would hold on overly well if it was just tabbed in. I'm okay with it being glued in, honestly. I mean, would I like to be able to just take the cape off so we can replicate Al just walking around without his cape? Yeah, but I mean, come on. Who really wants to ditch a cape that looks this good? I mean, come on. I still say capes should come back in style because, let's face it, you see a dude with a cape, you're either going to think, wow, this guy is really weird and he needs to get a life, or you're going to think, man, he's cool. Capes. They just make things cool. So, that was a weird tangent to go off on. So, things you should know is capes hinged right here. The original toy had bendy hinges. They weren't actual like pin hinges. And those could wear out. So these were actually made. He made sure that you could get them in. Let me get his arms down here for a second. You can actually get a pretty good surrounded look right here. You can also splay the cape out really far. I mean, they go all the way back like that. So you can really put the cape out of the way if you really want to. There's a lot you can do there. All the posability that you could probably want in this is, in my opinion, there. The Necroblast here connects by a peg right here. You literally just slide it onto his grabby hand. Also, if you're using his grabby hands and you're using his awesome gun here, once again, I say take the hand, put the hand on the put it on the handle and get it positioned first, because once the hand is on his arm, getting the trigger finger to actually sit in here in the trigger guard so it doesn't just flop around is a little bit difficult. So just be aware that's something you're going to want to do. But now the people saying, you know, oh, I don't even want it anymore because he doesn't have an ab crunch. The reasoning behind that, I think, is because, like, we got the Mortal Kombat 11 Spawn figure where he actually has a joint right here. And the original concepts that Todd showed, it did have a, well, not the original concepts, but some of the prototypes did have a crunch joint right here. He explained why he didn't do that, because they couldn't get it to look right, he couldn't get it to function right, so he decided not to do that. all I can say to that is, if you have a gripe about that, start your own toy company and make one that has an ab crunch. There you go. Having said that, waist joint, I mean, you got a pretty good waist joint right there. I mean, you can get him down into a really hunched, I'm going to wreck you kind of pose. Because as we know, that's what Al does. So, no, I really don't think there's anything to complain about there. I mean, you got great waist movement. You got a pivot here that works great. Once again, all of these chains, they're fastened to the back, and they're also fastened to his skull belt buckle right here. These are all steel. It's all steel. Really, really nice chains. The paint on this thing is immaculate. The biggest personal thing I could say is a slight problem is because the cape is fastened to it, you do have limited shoulder movement. Like, you can come back, I don't know how well I'm showing this. You do this, you do this, and he can go out about like that. So because the cape comes down over his shoulders, his shoulders are limited due to that. It's unfortunate, not a deal breaker. He also has an interesting swivel joint here, because you have the elbow swivel there, but you also have this piece. It appears that this piece is actually a separate piece, so you can actually move his biceps, his actual biceps, to be more in line with how you want things to go. Unfortunate aspect of the fact that it is a toy and you don't have organic movement. This does break up the white line here. When you do that, really not a big deal. Hands, great movement on the hands. Hips, got really good joints in the hips. Doesn't really break up the scope. He's got his same double knee design that he has in the Mortal Kombat 11 version. You have a shin swivel right here, kind of odd, but I like it. You have good forward and backward movement on the ankles. You actually have an ankle swivel. So his ankle and this joint do swivel separately. You have a toe joint there that's pretty intense. And on this side, let's see, yes. Okay, his original design he did follow through with. Oh wow, I didn't. So this leg's got all kinds of joints. So you have up here, you have your ball jointed hip. You have a swivel below his pouches. You have a swivel below the knee spikes. And then you have an ankle swivel. So this leg actually has way more joints than a leg probably should. But you know what? Somebody will find a use for them. So not gonna go there. Not gonna go there because somebody will find a use for that. He does come with McFarlane's patented circle base with a tiny peg for the foot. It's a good decoration, but not needed because the cape holds him up. Maybe if you're getting him in a forward lunging pose or something like that, you might want to use that to help keep him stable. Not really necessary. Head joints. It appears that he has a limited upper neck joint. He has a neck joint at the base, right there. So, what we can do with that is we can take out his, as Todd called it, the hamburger head, the screaming painted head, which, extra bit of information. This was not actually originally part of the base design that he came up with. There was an unpainted version of this head that was exclusive to the artist proof, but apparently the comments section was not being mean for once, and he decided to give us a painted version of it. I have seen images of people using a black light on this, so I don't know if it glows in the dark or if it's a black light or how it works. But apparently the green in his eyes and there's some green highlights in his mouth that will glow in the dark. I think it has to be under a black light though, so it might just be the type of paint they used. The regular eyes will do it as well.
You want to test it?
I won't be able to get it on footage, so I'll just leave that be. Okay. So you have that. Just to throw this out here, if you got the modern Spawn, the Capullo version, you will get a Al Simmons head, just straight Al with piercing green eyes because he's glorious like that. So yes, you do have minor movement at the actual base of the skull. It doesn't move great, but it's there. So you do have that. And of course, all of them come with these little Necro Daggers that are honestly pretty cool. Stab you. So you have your Necro Daggers. Then, of course, you do have your Necroblasts. I think I vaguely covered the Necroblast. This is another thing to be aware of with the individual. This is something to be aware of with the individual ones you're going to get. If you get the, I believe it's if you. I don't know all the details, but I believe it's if you get the trilogy versions of any of these, you will get one of 3 different Necroblasts. Because see, I got a trilogy pack and I also got an extra modern and an extra classic. The extra modern and classic both come with this Necroblast attachment. If you get the brain work. If you get the trilogy pack, the artist proof one will come with a different one. I will pull that out in a second to show you guys. But the modern one, the Greg Capullo design, will come with this attachment instead. This attachment works just fine. I believe it's, whoops, drop the hand. I believe it's, you use this hand, and yes, okay. Come on, fingers, do the thing. Probably should have practiced this before I fired up my camera, but that's for professional YouTubers to figure out, not me. Maybe it's not. Maybe it is this one. Okay, I'm struggling with this attachment. And no, there are not directions, at least not that I saw. Okay, so I'm struggling like crazy because my brain just isn't working. I'm going on 3 hours of sleep after being awake for 24 hours. So I wish I rested better before I did this. Anyway, this is a Necroblast attachment you will get with that. Once again, the modern one will get this grenade launcher slash. Okay, this is a grenade launcher machine gun with what appears to be a top-mounted RPG. So this is what we call just a spawn gun, or a Todd gun. So these are the 2 guns that you have as options. Once again, modern or Greg Capullo design. Classic, this version, gets this one. This version also comes with the big sword. We're getting to the sword here in a second. Now, let me pull this out real quick. Once again, I want to revisit the artist-proof design. Once again, if you get the artist-proof design, which honestly, I really do recommend if you just go with this one, it really is great. If you don't have a huge attachment to Spawn, but you just really want one of these, this is a great one to go for. But this is from the trilogy pack, which had the autograph, so it has the meat hook in it. Once again, these only come with the autographed ones. So if you go with the autographed ones, you will get one of these plates. You'll get one of these, and that's your big thing. So he also has his Necro Dagger. You have the unpainted version of the Screaming Head, the unpainted version of the sword. And I don't know how well it's coming off with that light. There's an extra Necroblast attachment right in there. That is what the artist-proof one comes with. Now, a few things I do want to once again reiterate because I want to make sure nobody's confused about this, what they're getting. If you get a signed version, make sure you pay attention to which one you're getting and ask for pictures as to which plates you're getting. Because if they say, well, this one is an autograph version, but it doesn't come with the plate, or it includes the meat hook, you should be able to know if you're getting a plate. So, like, once again, this one is this is the Capullo version. If you get the autographed version of the Capullo one, his meat hook is actually in his packaging. He's a little bit different than the other ones. His meat hook is in his packaging, his gun is up here. But if you get this version, this plate is going to be green. It's gonna match the box. It's gonna be green with a green signature. If you get the artist proof one, it's gonna be silver with a silver signature. If you get this one, it's going to be red with a red signature. So there will be some of these available on on eBay, where it's going to be the signed version with the meat hook like this one, but it won't have the plate with it unless they're selling the plate with it because it came in a trilogy pack. It's going to be a lot of stuff you need to keep an eye out for. So just be very careful as you're going through this if you're shopping on eBay for these things. These things are going to be going for a lot of money, and I don't want anybody getting more screwed over than they already are on the pricing. If you hadn't guessed, I'm a little bit biased against eBay scalpers. Okay, so moving forward. I'm actually going to swap out his head. And I believe it's literally just a straight ball and socket. Oh, wow, that came off a lot easier. Oh, no. It's a kind of a similar to a mushroom peg here. So it holds on good, but it doesn't just slide on. Geez, I'm crowd. That actually doesn't go on too simple. Okay, cool. Okay, so you can see Screaming Face Al here. And once again, I will go into his other weapons. I've already shown you the Necro Dagger. I've shown you the unpainted weapons. I've shown you the guns. Here we have the painted meat hook. Once again, if you get an autographed version of the classic or modern, this is what you're getting. Getting one of these bad boys. And if you get the classic version, you will get this and a painted version of the amazing sword that comes with the artist proof. Now let's do this real quick because I just want to see how cool he looks with his big melee weapons. I do play, I will say this, I main Spawn quite a bit in Mortal Kombat 11. Because, you know, I'm basic like that. Now, he doesn't hold on to the sword super, super tight, but he holds on to it tight enough that you ain't got to worry about it being dropped. Now, I'm no MGO at posing, but don't have to do a whole lot to pose this guy to make him look amazing. So, I'm probably going to do some additional stuff. I'm probably going to do a follow-up video to this once I pull the classic one out of his box and I get a better look at that. And I mess with them a little bit more because, you know, I still want to mess with them I still want to mess with all these guys. I haven't physically messed with them a whole lot. It's more like checking the boxes, looking at all kinds of stuff, and getting basic rundowns of everything. So, yeah, I'm going to call that good. So, yeah, this is the 2020. It's one good thing that came out of 2020. The 2020 Kickstarter 1994 Spawn Kickstarter. Did I just repeat myself? Okay. The Kickstarter Remastered Spawn 1994 by McFarlane Toys. Only available to those of us who backed it on Kickstarter and or people who are willing to suffer scalpers. I probably shouldn't be ragging on scalpers as hard as I am, but they just tick me off. So, that's that. Special shout out to my brothers on Discord. We built quite an interesting family over there, guys. And I honestly can't wait to see how you guys react to this. So, I'm going to call that good. And yeah, be expecting my follow-up video on the classic Spawn. So, have a good night. Hope that stopped it. Nope.